Whoops. I accidentally sold an Apple marketing line when I made this thumbnail here, and well, I wrote think differently. Of course, the Apple tagline back in the eMac days is think different. I didn't really steal that on purpose, but I guess it might have been lurking somewhere in the back of my mind when I made this thumbnail. You see, this was the mission of Apple in those early days. Now it's actually most people that think in a very Apple sort of way. Maybe they have an iPhone or an iPad or a Mac. And so now it's these Eink tablets that are kind of the new way of thinking. Remarkable have been really massive in disrupting the tech market. And I think that's why they're so heavily compared to Apple. It is a kind of Apple phenomenon that's going on where people are talking about having this distraction-free device for your thoughts. So they aren't really the same as Apple. They are desirable, attractive looking tech, but really it's a new difference. It isn't just Apple reinvented. And that's why the question for a lot of people now is, what should you buy, an iPad or a Remarkable? Because the question is really, which way do you want to think? Remember that point, connected devices change the way you think. It is really pleasing, it's really encouraging to see Remarkable actually change their tack and listen to people about criticisms over what the software can do, what you have to pay for in the subscription plan, and bring that price for cloud storage essentially down to a sensible level. Remember, this isn't storing masses of photos, this is storing really small note files. And I think just like Apple did when they finally started releasing iPhones in different colors and different sizes, Remarkable perhaps needs to make their next generation sooner rather than later, especially with the launch of the Amazon Kindle Scribe. They need to make that change into making a more variety of devices to suit different needs. And that would be really exciting for me. Something like an A4 Remarkable with a color screen would be worth the price it would command for me, as I'd love to use that as my main sketchbook. And I'd also like to see Apple take note, and I'd love to see Apple bring us an Eink iPad. And the reason for that is not just because they would do a really good job of building that, but also because that would drive app developers to really start to optimize their apps for Eink. And that's when the niche becomes really affordable, when big players like Amazon and Apple get involved in the larger screen Eink tablets, and that drives the development of the user interface forward. They're not perfect yet. They're great to use for their main purpose, but let's see where it can go in the next decade. Oh, and foldable phones too, please, Apple, because if you can design a foldable iPhone, a foldable iPad, you might just win me over. Nicer, gratitude, counting my blessings. If you want to know more about how Eink tablets can really help you as a professional, click this video here.